I know your daughter's getting overweight, and you probably talk to your friends about it. You might talk to your mom about it, or your dad, or your neighbor, or maybe your neighbors talk to you about it. Like, hey, what's going on with your daughter? She's getting really fat. But no one wants to talk to your daughter about it. Nobody wants to say that to her because that would be mean, or that would be fatphobic, or that would be politically incorrect, or that would be socially unacceptable. Well, my daughter was 320 pounds. That was a lot of weight at age 15. And let me tell you, it didn't happen overnight. By the time it started, it was kind of already getting out of control, and I really didn't understand how to do it. But you know what? Talking to your daughter sometimes can help and sometimes can hurt. And in this video, we're going to talk about how and why and all the things.
We noticed that 79.2% of you are not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Come subscribe. We give you 5 days a week of free weight loss advice. And I mean, come on. It's a pretty cool vibe over here. So I'd love it if you'd come join. We really appreciate all of your support. So please don't forget to subscribe.
So Penelope, when I told you that you were getting fat, you hated it. You were like, Mom, that's not okay. You're not allowed to say that to me. And you attacked me. Was it helpful that I said something? Not really, because you kind of knew it, didn't you?
Well, I was brainwashed by body positivity, which your daughter might be struggling with, where social media tells young girls that being morbidly obese is beautiful, healthy, and awesome. Doctors and therapists told me this, and so you were like the only person out of all my other sphere of influence saying that. So I just thought you were crazy and fatphobic. Frankly, that's what I thought at the time.
So you were brainwashed.
Yes.
And I was confused because I saw what was happening, and I thought, well, maybe her thyroid is off. So I went to the doctor to check her thyroid, and then you got socially outcasted from your dance community because you were fat. And so you probably saw people making fun of you at school, right?
Yeah, I was made fun of at school, but only by boys, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it just made things worse. So is it going to make it worse or better when somebody brings it up? Because you already have the shame. You already know inside of yourself what's going on.
So for me, when I look back, I wish that you would have taken away every possibility. So if you had known what I was going through behind the scenes on the phone and at school, I would have wished, honestly, this is me being very honest, I wish you would have pulled me out of public school. I got all of my food, my junk food, my ultra processed food at school. So at the school lunch, that's where I binge ate. And when I would see my friends, I'd get their junk food. And after school, I'd go buy junk food by stealing money from you. Now, I wouldn't have done any of that if I was homeschooled.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, thinking back on it, the main thing that I regret not doing was not pulling you out of school.
And also my iPhone. So I wish that you had taken my phone away, because all night long I was consuming content telling me that I was beautiful being morbidly obese. And I was watching morbidly obese women eat junk food.
Okay, so what if there's a mom out there who's listening and she's like, I work a full-time job. There's no way I can homeschool my daughter, so I have to keep her at school.
There are charter schools where you can do online with like real people behind, like on screen, monitoring you all day.
Which we ended up doing because your social anxiety was so, massive. It was preventing you from actually attending school. I mean, I just want to paint the picture, folks. Like, Penelope was suicidal. She was anxious. She was depressed. She couldn't attend school. She almost didn't graduate from high school because she was so messed up in her head. And it was because of the ultra-processed food and her obesity. She had PCOS. I mean, it was really bad. And we're on the other side of it now. As you can see, Penelope's lost 160 pounds, and we went through hell. We went through hell, but we did because I was a stand for who I knew she was, and she was a stand because I was a stand for who I knew she was. I knew that little girl was right inside of her. It was just, it was just a few layers that we had to go through to get back to her. And I had to stand up to Penelope, and I had to say, no, this is not who you are. And she had to make those decisions to make her healthy favorite foods at home. So if you don't know how to cook food, you need to be an example. You need to also try. You need to really tune in. What does she love?
So I would also get on the algorithms that she's on. So if she's loving the crumble cookies and the milkshakes and ice cream, you got to make that at home. And if you're like, I don't know how,
that's a pro tip.
Hit us up, because we make all the trendy foods that everyone loves to eat. We're using no sugar, no flour. And so you lose weight eating cookies every day.
That's sneaky. That's good, Penelope. Pro tip.
No one knew that they could have cookies every day and lose weight. But the girls in our program do. The moms and daughters we're helping every day, they also are losing weight and feeling better because they're eating foods they love, that their daughters love, that are trending on the algorithms, but they're using whole ingredients. They're not using flour and sugar. Therefore, they don't have to macro count or calorie count or do keto or paleo. No.
And it's really one step at a time. And I want to encourage you that just one step, one day at a time, one meal at a time. And, honestly, Penelope wouldn't eat any of her meals with me. She felt so judged and ashamed that she actually wouldn't even come into the kitchen when I was there, and she would never eat in front of me. That's how bad it got. And I just want to encourage you that there's hope, and it's not in Ozempic. It's not in some kind of medication. It's in nature. It's in natural food. It is in your spirit, your heart, and your belief in who she is, because your expectation, she will rise to. So I do think it's important to have honest conversations that are loving, not judgmental or power plays, but just honest, loving, like, hey, how can I help you? And in fact, Penelope didn't want my help. And so I hired psychotherapists, and they didn't help. And then, it went from, but you have to find your way. We're here to help if you're ready. And if you just want some recipes, head over to our Substack and check it out, because we are sharing recipes all the time, and they are delicious and nutritious.
Don't forget to like this video, share this with someone you love, comment down below, and we will see you all the time.